Here we are.
Welcome, all you business geeks, to the Business Geeks podcast, an entrepreneurial show where three friends geek out loud and proud on everybody's business. I'm Joe Pardo, and of JoePardo.com and IndiePodcasters.com. I'm joined by my two wonderful co-hosts, Jennifer Crawford, the co-founder of Sparent.co, and Samantha Riley of SamanthaRiley.global. This week, we are talking about your money mindset and if it's sabotaging your business. Oh, man. I feel like I'm going to get railed by the end of this episode.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, hang on, stop.
Not a setup.
Where did that come from,
Well,
Joe Pardo?
Because Sam and Jen, we've all had this conversation. I mean, you two have had conversations with me about, my money mindset and how it probably has played a part in sabotaging some of the things that I've gone through to do. So that's what I'm saying.
I feel sabotages everybody.
I was going to say, it is 100% of the people in the whole entire world.
It's not all about you, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not the only one with money mindset
Oh,
issues,
Jen
okay?
needs a ding for that one.
There you go. Well, yeah. So this is Jen's topic for the week, and I'm looking forward to hearing, learning, and self-describing myself about how I have sabotaged my own success. So Jen, you want to take it over from here?
Well, sure. I mean, I think this is an important topic, Joe, not because that it only applies to you, but because I think we all deal with money mindset issues. And I know I didn't recognize that I had them early on in my entrepreneurial career. And looking back, hindsight 2020, I wish I had recognized them, knew it was a thing, and worked on them earlier. So just to give everyone, so we're all starting in the same place. Let me just start with a definition, maybe, of what a money mindset is. So I'm defining this as a unique set of beliefs and your attitudes about money. So these beliefs and attitudes are often stemming from early experiences with money, maybe your family's attitudes and experiences with money. And today it drives the decisions that you make about saving, spending, and handling money, and even could affect how you view yourself when it comes to money. And some of these are really powerful stories, if you will. Like if you've ever said, okay, so this was a big one in my family. The one I heard all the time is that money doesn't grow on trees. That was really common. Like money doesn't grow on trees. In other words, money is just it's not readily available. It's not easy to come by. It's hard to get. That was the message, right? There was also a lot of messaging in my family about, those things are for other people. Like the rich people were different than us. Different.
Yeah.
Like you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Like that's how the other people do it. We do it this way. Rich people do it that way. You were born this way. You were not born rich. So therefore you cannot, we can't relate to those people. So there was a lot of that. Can anybody relate to any sort of
100%. Okay. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Part of growing up was like that.
Yeah. Brent says scarcity versus abundance. Well, these are seeds for scarcity, right? When you grow up, we didn't grow up with a lot of money. We bounced around some trailer parks. I call myself the trailer park entrepreneur every once in a while. And then I sort of, in my progression towards having a healthier money mindset, it felt like I went too far the other way at some point, where I was a little too obsessed with money, where I was like, I had to get it. And I wasn't even thinking about why. I just felt I needed it. I wanted it, and it wasn't until I did some journaling and some exercises on how I would spend money if I had it coming to me on a regular, abundant basis, that I realized that the money wasn't really that important, really. I'm never gonna, even if I had it, I wouldn't live extravagantly. That's just not who I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, Do you know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. And I think it's really important to pre-frame this conversation that these blocks or mindset, this comes from our childhood, from usually from the before we're 7 years old, and it's something that's happened that makes us think that that is the truth. So one of the blocks that I've worked through, actually, and I'm going to say something else before I even say what this is, because Gary Vee talks about this and says, blame your parents. And I don't think that we should blame our parents. I think that we should acknowledge that it came from our parents and that they've got their own stuff from their parents, that it's not a blame thing. I think that that's really important, because I think that too many people, when they go down this rabbit hole, they're like, oh my goodness, it was my parents' fault. No, we're adults. We can acknowledge it and move on and deal with it.
That's right.
However, in saying that, one of the blocks that I've had to work through was when we were children, we weren't allowed to ask for anything. If we asked for something, we were told, you've asked, now you can't have. So in my child's mind, what that meant was when I ask for something, I get in trouble. Now, as a business owner, how do you think that plays out in your life? Just a little bit of a problem, right? So we need to go back and acknowledge and understand where some of these blocks are coming from, because as adults, we don't need to make those truths anymore. That was the truth when we were young. It's not the truth now. And I think that that's something really important to pay attention to.
I think that's so powerful. I mean, it's so important. I mean, I think that's why I love this topic so much, is that I think we're all affected, but we're not stuck. Like, we're not stuck in that situation. You can definitely get past these blocks and overcome them. And if it is sabotaging your business, and believe me, they will these beliefs will sabotage
they
your
will.
But if you realize it, there are things that you can do to get past that. And we're going to talk about that later. But Joe, you've been suspiciously quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got a bit of a nervous little wiggle there going on there, Joe.
Because I'm standing for the, for anybody that's not watching, I set up a different camera angle. But first off, the Gary Vee thing that's really funny that he would say that. Because he's always about like no BS and no, don't blame other problems for your problems and blah blah blah. But then like literally when he's getting interviewed by Larry King, he's like, oh, I blame school for school failing me, and like you just said, like I blame your parents because that's the like like you said, like acknowledge that this is where it came from and you somehow come to terms with it, whatever you got to do to come to terms with it and move on. But it's a lot easier said than done, I would say, right? Because we, especially as we get older, if we haven't done that earlier on in our life, not only are we trying to like remove the block of like what our parents embedded in us, but now we're trying to remove the block of like what we've embedded ourselves into because of that. So like we gotta remove the block that they put in, and then remove the block that we've created a life around for ourselves based on that. And it's like everything's a lie, everything's on fire, and we just we gotta start over.
Yes, you have to excavate. I mean, it's a major excavation. It's a lot of heavy lifting. You got to bring in the big machinery.
And guess what? It never ends either. It just keeps on going.
It never ends. And you may have some, like I do have some positive, I think, money mindset things from growing up. For instance, my mom didn't have a credit card. Like, she didn't refuse to have a credit card until she was, I don't know, my guess is in her 40s, maybe. So to this day, like, no debt. Like, my mom did not do debt. If we couldn't pay for it in cash, we didn't own it. Yeah, and I think that's actually a pretty darn good value. And if like you were told, if you ask, you don't get. My parents were, if you want it, you have to work for it. So on my 16th birthday, I got driven to the mall, and I did not come home until I had a job. Like, that was it. It was like, if you want anything, you've got to work for it. And so, I had babysitting jobs and pet sitting jobs and all sorts of little oddball kid jobs up until then, because they didn't, hand out money. It was like, You have to.
And
So
I
think
don't
there's
think
a
that's
work
such a
ethic
bad
there.
thing either. Absolutely, because I was
Yeah.
the same. I was working little odd jobs from the time I was 14. And yeah, same thing. 16th birthday, it was like, I'm going with my resume, I'm going to get a job. And it happened. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing.
Yeah. So I
The
wanted
thing
to
about
go. Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Go
I
ahead,
just wanted
Joe.
to tackle on there with the credit card thing because, like, I subscribe to that theory too. Until it was like, oh, you want to buy a house, do you? That's really cute, Joe. You should go get a credit card, and then got denied by 3 different places. One of which was I forget which one it was, but they were like everybody gets a credit card there because that's like the easy one to get,
Hmm.
and I got denied there as well, and I
Hmm.
forget. I think it was Best Buy that eventually gave me one, which was crazy because like even the guy that was like doing the process was like Best Buy doesn't give credit to like anybody, and you were able to get money out of them. That's insane. I'm like, oh, that's how good is that? Like, awesome. But I think it is important to at least have some kind of small credit card to build that credit. Because like even my grandfather ran into problems with his credit score because of the fact that he never had a credit card other than what
Yep.
was in the
Yeah,
business name. So
absolutely.
that's a very real problem. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
yeah, you have tons of money, access to all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, well, no, you don't have access to credit because
Hmm.
not it
Yeah.
wasn't in your name. Like, what do you
You have
want?
to know how it works. You have to know
Yes.
how it works.
Yes.
Yep.
You'll be happy to know that my mom now has a credit card. She's even been known to make an occasional online purchase with it.
Ooh, how about
Ooh.
that?
But she does pay it off every month.
Well, that's good.
Good for her.
So that is good. So maybe you don't know if you have a money mindset issue. Maybe you're like, you guys are ridiculous. My money mindset is just fine. Well, let's just put that to the test. I have a list of symptoms.
Oh, how long do we have here? Hang on
I
a
have a
minute.
list of symptoms. And to see if your money mindset might be having some illnesses. So some symptoms. You disrespect your time and expertise. Now, I'm talking about, these are symptoms in your business, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you disrespect your time and expertise. Just put a check if that applies to you. When someone says you are too expensive, you believe them, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of these manifest themselves in pricing. You don't have a sustainable business. Like, again, because maybe you're disrespecting your time and expertise. You don't believe people will pay you what you want to charge. You say things like, I just want to help people.
Hmm.
Okay. You feel guilty getting paid for doing something you love. You think making money is hard. You are afraid to invest in your business or yourself. You are pricing yourself out of business by not charging enough for your services or products. You don't know your profit margins and ignore your financials completely. You think too small. You resent your clients. You don't think or act like a CEO. I think these are all symptoms of some issues with your money mindset.
I think there's one more that I'd like to add, and it's one that I'm hearing a lot now. Times are tough.
Times are tough.
Oh,
Tough
Joe,
times.
those.
They are well, they are. I mean,
Times are
up
tough.
here things are definitely tough for a lot of
Yep,
businesses. I mean,
it
we talked
is.
about this for months in the show. It's not it's no secret. But no, that's not a good. That's not a good. There's
Well,
obviously
here's the
there's a
thing, Joe.
deeper root in that, right? So you need to
Exactly,
figure out what that
exactly.
deeper root is.
And you've got to be really careful where you focus, because if you
Yeah.
focus on that, that's what you get. And one of my friends said it so well. He's like, well, there's exactly the same amount of money in the world. So where's it going right now? Where's it being
Mm,
redistributed to? No, that just takes your mind in a different place. Okay, well, where do I need to pivot, turn? Where do I need to look?
yeah.
I mean, it's mostly going in Jeff Bezos's pocket, but hey, it's all good. Oh, we don't agree. We don't agree. He made how
Well,
many
no,
billions did he make
yeah,
in one day? I think it was like 13 billion in like a
yeah,
single day. Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's the
hang
same
on.
amount of money, right? It's going somewhere. It just
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know that he's doing very well, but I'm pretty sure it's not all going to him.
Not all
No,
going
it's
to
not
him.
all, not all of it, not all. He's leaving something on the table for
Yeah.
now. For
Yeah.
now.
Well, I think what Sam is alluding to is that the businesses that are least affected by these troubling times are sometimes they're in just an industry. They might be in an industry that's just not as affected, but the ones that are in industries that are highly affected, those that are doing the best are the ones that I think probably have a better infrastructure overall with their business. Maybe they have a better quality product. Maybe they have more revenue streams. Maybe they're more agile and they've pivoted and they haven't wasted time worrying about the troubling times. They're just
Mm-hmm.
getting on with business. And maybe, just maybe, they have a better money mindset.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you a story that I saw recently. There was someone in Australia that had a travel company that did 8 figures, huge travel company. What do you think happened to they specialized in global travel, so round the world trips. Like they lost their business overnight, and in actual
Mm-hmm.
fact all they were doing was processing refunds. And people, now there's a lot of people in the travel industry that have just put their hands up and go, oh my goodness, like this is the worst thing ever. What these people did was straight away pivoted and went, how did we build an 8 figure business? Let's go into online marketing, and pivoted overnight, and they are still doing 8 figures. So we have to be really careful where we focus. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. I love that. So you all know Dave Ramsey, right? You know who he is?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. So Ramsey Solutions conducted a study of over 10,000 millionaires. And one of the most fascinating statistics was that 97% of these millionaires believed da, 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 that they could become millionaires.
Ah, there we go. Oh, I'm so glad that just backed up what I was saying.
So, of all of you out there watching, how many of you believe that you can become a millionaire? How many of you actually can believe it, can see it? I
Feel
mean,
it.
because I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of small business owners that if you say that, some of them are repulsed.
Yeah.
Because I'll talk to friends, small business owners. Oh, it's not about the money. I hear that a lot. It's not
Uh-huh.
about
I
it.
hear that probably more than
I
anything
don't
else. I hear
want to
that.
be I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to make $1 million. And I'm like, why? I mean, that's interesting. Like interesting. Money
Mm-hmm.
mindset issues
Mm-hmm.
there. But
Absolutely.
I
It
think
sounds
it's
like
because
something you
they
say after you've done it, and you're like, "I'm trying to be relatable." Like Jeff Bezos talking. I want to be relatable, so I'm just gonna say, "Yeah, I don't really want to make $1 billion. I don't need to make $1 trillion."
I mean, maybe that's the case, but I honestly think these are people that don't believe they can.
Absolutely. They don't believe that it can. They've got issues around what they think, and you mentioned it before, what they think
Mm-hmm.
rich people are.
Mm-hmm.
There's stories around what other people will think of them. Like the stories are endless that we tell ourselves, absolutely endless. But what we
Mm-hmm.
have to remember is that money is essentially just a piece of paper or plastic. What it does is helps to give us freedom. It helps to give us choice. So I think that we have to remember what the money gives us, and that for a lot of people that will help you move through some of this stuff that you're talking about.
I agree. I mean, I've heard
Not
somebody say
quite sure, Brent.
Brent, yeah,
I
he
think
said
your
it's not
answer's
quite
right there.
He wants to
almost
make
there.
$1 billion.
He's gone way past $1 million. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of money, like I heard somebody compare money to a brick. And so
Mhm.
you can take a brick and you can throw it through a window, cause destruction. Or you can take that brick and you can build a cathedral.
Mm,
So it's really just a tool. It's what you do with it. And I
uh-huh.
only mention that because you alluded to it, Sam. A lot of us think, a lot of people think money's the root of all evil. Rich people are bad. Like money is not good. I mean, these are all things that are ingrained in us.
Mhm. Mhm.
Growing up, like watching silly sitcoms, like Boss Hogg, Dukes of Hazzard, Not a Nice Guy. Like a lot
Yeah.
of times, the rich people were portrayed in media as greedy, evil,
Uh-huh.
corrupt. So it's no
Exactly.
wonder. It's no wonder we're getting messaging not just from our family, but we're getting messaging from all over the place about what money
Absolutely.
means.
Absolutely. I always a lot of, and I that is probably the biggest thing I hear on discovery calls is it's not about the money.
That's
But
right.
when you really dig deep, would you rather have, and I say this to people, would you rather, someone that's not hasn't got pure intentions having $1 million, or would you rather do it? And what would you do with it? Because that gives us the ability to go and do good in the world. And collectively, as entrepreneurs, if we all make really good money and we all do have really good hearts, what can we do when we come together? There's people in other countries that don't have clean water, they don't have toilets, they don't have education. What if we could help them? What if we could really literally change the world? There we go.
Yes, I love that. And you need money to do that. And a lot of you out there are in business because you want to help people. I mean, money
Mm,
helps you help more people. I mean, your business, I mean, a lot of people that you're helping want your business to be around because they want to continue to be helped and they want to see you help other people and put your gifts into the world. I mean, it's not either or. I mean, you can help people
absolutely.
and make money and
Yeah,
you don't have to have passion or profit. Ideally, you have both.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
money gives you choice.
Yeah.
I think any parent, or I won't say any, most parents, want to be around to see their children grow up. They want to be there when their children get home from school or, sit there and have breakfast with them. That's what money gives us the opportunity to do.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that it's about choice and freedom.
Yeah. Joe, I don't think you told us, Joe, what would you say your money mindset block or money mindset challenges are? Like thinking back to childhood, what sort of messaging do you think you brought forward?
I mean, yeah. I mean, so for me, it's mixed, right? Because I grew up with divorced parents, and so
Mhm.
like at one house, it was a much different situation than at the
Mm,
other house, and uh, for for me, I think I always kind of seen it somewhere in between, in the middle of like knowing where, it wasn't that long prior to me being born that there wasn't much money around, even like in my, my family's business and all. So, plus my grandfather, like growing up around a lot of my grandfather, like the money mindset there was always very, it was very different of like, mostly being very frugal and like, reserved and things of that nature. I mean, I remember one time, we were at a convention, and I'm in my grandfather's room, and I was like, what? Like, I'm like, Pop, why do you put like this gold ring and these gold chains and stuff on? Like, why are you wearing all that stuff? Like, you're wearing like sweatpants to to the shop normally. Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, well, it's just for the, for here, right? And I'm like, okay, I guess. But like that's the kind of at work play that like I was around, where it's like, very blue collar working kind of thing. At the same time, it was also like we were growing through to mostly like a white collar operation and that kind of stuff. So it, I don't know. Like, and growing up like in the warehouse where I was working with guys that were making like a little over like minimum wage was a much different environment than when I was home or at my mom's house or like literally like anywhere else, honestly. So getting to see both of that and having people that looked at the situation of like, okay, you're dealing with some people that like have that same mindset of like rich people are evil versus people that don't have money aren't evil. And I don't know, I
so much stuff.
it was a lot, and and like trying to like reconfigure my brain and think about things in that sense, where it's like, trying to not remove that but amplify the message of like, okay, like as I make more money, I need to, always constantly be checking myself that I'm doing everything I can, not only for the people who are paying me, but the people that live in the world around me as well, right? Whether it's through charity work or donations or whatever, like that's like always trying to like check myself in that sense. So like I said, it's somewhere in between. I feel like I grew up somewhere in between because I grew, as I grew up, things changed, and I worked with people that didn't make a ton of money. Worked alongside them for months at a time. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
It's
I thought of another thing I had to get past, kind of on a lighter side. But so when we were growing up without a lot of money, like my mom was super good at finding deals. So, like when it came time to get school clothes, we went just beelined to the back of the store. I never got any clothes from the front of the store. All of my clothes were in the back by the dressing room, and we couldn't get 25% off, not low enough, 50% off, not low enough. Every single piece of clothing I wore was 75% off or more. So we would get the name brands, but they would be like weird colors, like, like not cool clothes, right? So it took, that manifested into adulthood. It took the longest time for me to be able to like not like to buy up something that was full price. Like I would
Mm.
just be obsessed with price and finding the deal. And unfortunately, what happens when you go that low, when you're looking for like discounted stuff, is we wouldn't necessarily get the highest quality. We would get kind of low quality things. And so what happens is those things don't last as
Uh-huh.
long, they're
Uh-huh.
not in style. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just, so it took a long time to work through like, oh, just invest, get something good quality. It costs more, but it's going to last longer and it's a better use of your money. To this day, my mom still like looks for like a deal, and she'll buy things that aren't like necessarily like well made because
Mm.
it's so
Mm-hmm.
much cheaper than the thing that is well made. So she
Mm.
has like three wine openers, like three of those electric wine openers, because she bought each one she bought keeps they keep breaking because she buys like these really cheap ones. And I keep saying, Mom, just buy a nice wine opener. You only have to buy one, I swear. So, but yeah, it's funny how like, you know, these things just will carry forward, if you don't acknowledge them. And I think let's just moving on into getting past them. I think the first step in getting past these money blocks is to recognize them in
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Like,
I think,
I resonate with that though. Like
yeah,
what you're saying, well, going to the back store, like that's where I always go. I'm looking for like clearance things, like
yeah, the
usually it's
clearance.
things in like tech, not clothes, because I don't buy a whole lot of clothes.
Yeah,
But
just yeah,
it's like any like like get ideas, and it's like 50% off, so it's like it's not $20, it's $10, or it's not $50, it's like $20 or something. It's like at $50, I wouldn't even give it two thoughts. I probably would just pass on it, but at $20, like I might be able to use this and implement it
mm,
into my setup or this or that. So,
sure,
I'm always looking for those open box deals and those types of
yeah,
things too.
yeah,
And I think like
yeah,
again, it's like a worry in the brain, but I'm not afraid to pay full price for things.
mm,
It's
yeah.
mm.
just I don't know. It's weird. It's
Oh, I
weird
mean,
being
a good
somewhere stuck in the
bargain. I
middle.
still love a good bargain, but I don't have to, like, if I want something and I need something, you know, it doesn't have to be 75% off anymore.
Yeah. I hate going through, when they have the bargain bins and there's just like everything in there, and some
Hmm.
people love going through to find the deal. I'm like, I have not got time for that. I will just go straight to the shelf
Yes,
and buy something where I know that
amen.
it is and just get out of there.
I
I
love
mean,
that. That's why Circus City was so great, because it was like Best Buy, but then nobody cared. So you like be moving things
mm,
behind shelves and being like, "Oh, look
Oh,
at this! There's this
yuck.
thing here," and
yeah.
nobody even knows it's here because there's no tag. Like, how awesome is
Oh, that is
this?
just like my worst
It's
nightmare.
not good. It's not good. And it's all the stuff it's like when you really think about it, it's like this is the stuff that nobody else wanted, and they're practically giving it away for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Can we talk
Yeah.
about how we move through some of these blocks, or
Mhm.
maybe what some of us have done to move through them, and to it, like, because the first step is acknowledging them, but there's got to
Mhm.
be more than acknowledging them. We actually
Yeah.
then have to understand that this is, changing the way that we act, or we're acting in a way that we're not happy with. Um, I think that you were talking before about being able to see it. And I
Mhm.
know that I was watching a video, and was it you that put it in, the Mel Robbins video about
Yes.
seeing? I
Yes.
can't
You have
remember
to
where I see all this stuff.
go to
So,
the tape.
yeah, when we see what happens, our brain doesn't understand if it's happened for real or if it hasn't. So visualization is so, so important, because when we see what happens in the future, our brain just knows that it has happened. And I know, Joe, I've sent you a visualization that you told me you didn't like.
Yes, you
Yes.
did.
So there's a visualization that I do every single day. And when I find it, I can put it in the link in the comments. It's actually a 25-minute visualization on attracting abundance into your life.
Oh no, wait, I did like it. Wait, when
Oh,
did
you
say
did
I
like
didn't
that one?
Yeah, no, I like that one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So Joe, I have Mel Robbins' video in our spreadsheet.
Yes.
Yeah, which Samantha
is that the
just
Be
referred
Inspired
to.
one?
The one that
I think
one
it's
thing billionaires do every day.
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So I love this because it's based in science. It's not what they call woo-woo. That word is sort of bounced around, but this is actually visualization has been proven to work, and it's science-based. It's something called the reticular activating system, and essentially it's your brain's filter that looks for evidence to confirm your beliefs, and it's always operating. But like Sam says, it doesn't know the difference between your real memories and your visualized memories or thoughts. So
Brent's just popped in the chat that people did that with weightlifting and gain muscle, and says, not sure I believe it's supposedly real. I absolutely 100% know this is real, because when you visualize this, your muscles act as if it's really happening. And I know this from when I was a dancer, because there was this particular step that I couldn't get. I was in my early 20s. It was really difficult. And I used to train myself to dream about it, and I used to be able to dream, and because I was training my muscles to do it, I actually was able to do that step. So it really, really does work, and there's scientific evidence that shows that when we're asleep or when we're visualizing, and they've done it with Olympic athletes, they check their body, their muscles act exactly the same way when they're doing it as when they're visualizing it.
That's so incredible. I mean, why not use this tool? At least try it. She makes a point saying, you don't have to be there, sit around and visualize for an hour. It can be as little as 30 seconds, but close your eyes, visualize your life after you've achieved a goal, a financial milestone or some business success. Visualize what that looks like what your life looks like, what your day looks like, but also visualize what you are going to feel. Like, are you going to feel successful? Are you going to feel relieved? Are you going to feel empowered, more creative, more energized? Whatever it is that you want to feel, like you include that in your visualization. Do that 30 seconds a day, total quiet time. Close your eyes and do it. I know I'm going to try it because this isn't something that I've implemented, but just based on what I read on the science and the effectiveness, and Sam, you know it to be true yourself. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. Got nothing to lose. This is something you can use today.
Absolutely. I mean, doing it while running, I've been doing that for years. Solving
closing your eyes and visualizing yourself.
Not closing my eyes, but just you get lost in the thought process. Like, I'm listening to music, I'm running, so I'm already doing two things, but at the same time, like, I'm like thinking up of ideas and like visualizing like complex problems that I couldn't figure out, and start solving them, right? And I did visualize. This is going to sound really dumb, but when I was DJing, like 15 years ago, and I was still using all records, and I had a Mini Cooper, and I had my speakers, and I had my big turntable, flight cases, and 4, 5, 6 cases of records, like getting everything into the car. It literally was a dream that I had, that like, okay, if I do everything like this, it will fit. And I woke up, and the next day I did it. And it worked, and I was able to get everything fit just perfectly.
Our brain is amazing.
We only use about 10%.
I thought it was even less than that.
It might be less than that.
It's such a tiny amount, isn't it? Yeah.
So when you think about that, it's really not surprising that this visualization is so effective and it has, such a tangible, effect on our goals and our dreams and making things a reality. So I hope you all try visualization this week, 30 seconds a day, every day this week. And then we're going to check in
Absolutely.
next week and see how it's going.
There's
It
also a
absolutely
really good
does.
book that I want to mention because it's a great book to help you realize how much these mindset issues can bleed into your life and cause pain. And it's like a workbook to work through it. And it's a book by Denise Duffield Thomas called Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. It is such
Yes.
a good book, and highly recommend getting a copy of that. Obviously it's aimed at women, but I would recommend that even men read it too. It's really, really good.
And part of getting over, your money blocks is not just visualization and acknowledging that you have them, but educate yourself about money because a lot of us put our head in the sand when it comes to our business financials or money because we're intimidated by it. We don't feel like we deserve it. We're uncomfortable talking about it. So why are we going to look at it? But education is going to empower you to be more fearless when it comes to money.
Mm.
Knowledge is power. It's true. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a great start with that
Mm.
book.
Awesome.
We want to read Marcia's comment
Oh
here?
yeah, read that, Joe. Read it.
My mindset was junk, I should say.
Junk.
All in capital
Junk.
S, junk. Yes, junk. Fortunately, I married into a family that believes in quality over cost. I've worked really hard for the last for like 5 years to improve, to help with the lack money mindset. Make small incremental upgrades, one thing at a time.
Mm.
Hand towels, nice pencils or nice pens,
Mm,
quality jeans that are more expensive but will last longer, and some nice mugs, etc.
Mm.
that's good advice.
Love it.
Yeah.
And she agrees with that book recommendation,
Yeah, it's a
Sam.
really good book.
And
Yeah.
Tetris does help with that. I was playing a ton of Tetris at the time because it was out on the DS, and then you could play up to 10 people at once. It was a lot. It was a good time. It was a good time then.
Uh, awesome.
Nice.
Such a good topic, Jen.
This
Love
Yeah.
this
yeah,
topic.
thanks. I
Love this topic.
I'm always a little nervous when it's my turn to pick a topic because there's always like, are
You
they gonna
too?
like my topic? I don't know.
I opened it up. Actually, I thought it was Joe's topic because when I opened it up, I wasn't really paying attention. And I went, that doesn't sound like Joe's topic. I was really impressed. And then I noticed it was. No, well, I was because I didn't expect that you would choose that topic, Joe. And I was right. It was Jen's topic.
I know. I feel like you were very uncomfortable at times during our discussion here today, Joe. I will just say that.
Oh,
I
thank you.
think you were squirming a little bit.
Well, no, I move around a lot when I stand. I can't just. You want me to just stand like this?
I don't know.
No, you
I
don't.
don't
No, I don't. I don't.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
want to
saying
stand like
you
that.
were uncomfortable, I think, a little bit
No,
with this
I wasn't.
conversation.
No, it's no. I think it's important to look at it. I mean, the video that Sam was referring to earlier. I don't have the link in front of me, and my setup is totally not
Don't worry
conducive
about
of
it.
me
It's
pulling that up
okay.
easily.
It's
But
okay.
I think that it doing some kind of meditation that has helped in a lot of ways. And I think talking more openly about money with people has
Yeah.
helped a lot as well.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Because like otherwise it's just like you live it in your brain and you're like
Uh-huh.
everybody else thinks the same way, right? Like that's just how it
Yeah,
is.
you're
Like,
living your own story.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it really helps to like break out of that and talk to other people that get their input, get their background, their knowledge, and see and compare notes and how it's different because it's it is. I mean, look, how many like people end up getting divorced over money, right? And
Mhm,
it's a lot of it's rooted in starting with the money mindset that
Yep.
was adopted from likely our parents or the people that raised us. So
Mhm.
I think I just want to say though, Joe, I think it's really important to talk to the right people. And I'm not talking about the people that necessarily agree with you. That's not what I mean. But if there's
Right.
people that have got some like whew, Leon's family has got some real mindset issues. Like, do
Uh-oh.
not ever talk about money when
Uh-oh.
his family's around. You will come unstuck real fast.
Wow. That's
So
hilarious.
yeah. Talk with the people that you know that you can learn from, that at least
Yeah.
have an abundance mindset. Like, don't drag you into that scarcity hole, because it's very hard to get out of it when you're down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and talking earlier about how, oh, this is too expensive, or like no one would pay for that stuff. That's, I mean, it's very clear that you just don't know who you're identifying with your product and with your service, and like that they don't get it, right? Like who was it? I think was it the Dave Jackson, or somebody had posted the golden paperclip from, I think it was
Oh,
Tiffany.
Tiffany, yeah.
Yeah, did you post that, Sam?
I
Was that
have
you? Or?
posted it before,
Yeah,
definitely.
like
Yeah.
a $1,500 paperclip, and like, what kind of message is that sending? And it's kind of ridiculous, even, in its own right. But there's somebody out there that's going to be willing to buy it, and as long as they're willing to like wait until they find those people, it's there for the
Mm-hmm.
taking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
So it's just, to say, when you're talking like, oh, I'm going to start this business that like most people have never heard of before, because it's not like the cookie cutter box, I'm going to open a McDonald's, or I'm going to open up a this or that. It's like, oh, I know about that. Like, I've already had billions of dollars poured into me of marketing over several generations to know what that is. You're probably just talking to the wrong people, and that's why they're like, wow, that sounds really expensive. It's like, yeah, but the problems that we're solving are really complicated, and you don't get it because you're not that person, right? Like, we're solving it for rocket scientists. Well, are you a rocket scientist? Well, then no. Well, of course it's going to be expensive to you, because we're solving problems for them.
Yeah, I think when I did NLP, one of the things that I learned, and I love to use it, was when people say that's expensive, say, compared to what?
Yeah, right.
Compared to what? Because that is a very weird thing to say.
Well, so here's another example, right? So I was listening to some back episodes of the Disney Dish podcast, which you absolutely should listen to, and the Ritz-Carlton. We love our hotel brands here, specifically Marriott on the show, but the Ritz-Carlton is opening up a yacht, I guess they already have it. Like, you can, instead of going on a cruise, you go on a mini yacht with like 100 people on the yacht versus like 2,400
So
people.
cool.
But here's the thing, right? So Disney is looking at that, and they're like, well, we're going to create more like lounge rooms on our boats, on our Disney cruise ships, right? And they're like way more expensive. But when you break the price down, it's like, okay, so for $12,000, I can get this room in, club level, like all the amenities, blah blah blah. Or for 13,000, or no, it was like 11,000, and like for 12,000, I could just rent I could be on a mini yacht and get into a lot more smaller ports and have a much more detail oriented thing. So it's like, is Disney pushing up against that? Like, hey, like, we don't have, like, Ritz-Carlton, like, hey, we don't have the characters here, but you could go to Disney World afterwards. Like, we'll drop you off like an hour. We'll get a shuttle for you. It's not a big deal. So you can go to Disney World right after you get off your mini yacht with like 100 people instead of 2,400 people. So it's like that. So like, just the idea of like that pricing of, okay, so $12,000 is a lot of money, right? I mean, I think by most stretches, $12,000 is a lot of money, but it's like, well, could you pay an extra $1,000 and have a much more intimate experience with like less kids and less people?
I think it's all got to do with our values. Where we spend our money is all got to do with our values. But that is a topic for a whole nother episode.
That's a different episode. Well, I think we went fairly deep in the money mindset. I would love to hear other people's money mindset issues. We can't be the only ones out there, so we'd love to know if you have them, how you got past them. Everyone has them. Thank you, Marcia, for sharing how you got past yours. I love that. It's a process. I still catch myself sometimes with mine, but I know, because I know they're there, so I recognize them when they're happening. So helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jen, did you have a grind my gears this week? I think.
Yeah, I did. I do.
You did.
Okay.
I do.
Strap yourselves in, people.
I do. All right. So I have a Grandma Gears and I have a story of two businesses. So the thing that is grinding my gears are companies that make customer service difficult on purpose. So they intentionally make the whole customer service experience difficult. So people who are busy, like me, aren't we all busy, will give up on refunds or problems, or come back another day after you've charged their credit card, your credit card another time. This is a story of Territory versus Trifecta. And if you're not familiar with them, they're both meal delivery services. They both prepare healthy meals based on a number of diets, whether it be paleo or keto or flexitarian or whatever it is. But they're healthy, pre-portioned meals. All you have to do is warm them up. It's not Blue Apron where you've got to, play chef for a day. I don't have time for Blue Apron. I've tried Blue Apron too. So Trifecta got me with the reason I started Trifecta is because their tagline is eat like you train. So I may not look like an elite athlete, but I work out a lot and I weight train, and it's a very important part of my life. I can't imagine not doing it weekly, several times a week. So, but I'm also a lover of food. I'm a locust when it comes to food. I just love it. So I was like, okay, this is going to help. It's going to be a convenience, and I'm going to be able to eat healthy, eat like I train. All right. So Territory is basically the same thing. I've tried them both. Here's my problem. When I had Territory, I decided I just wanted to change. Like after a while, you kind of just like, whatever, it runs its course. I just wanted to take a break. I wanted to stop the meal delivery with Territory. I went to their site and I stopped it. I didn't have to chat with anybody. I didn't have to get on the phone. I didn't have to send an email. It was literally one click, no questions asked. They stopped billing my credit card. I stopped service. They haven't bombarded me with emails. They haven't bugged me to come back. Maybe they could do a little of that, but it was easy. Here comes Trifecta. I go to cancel Trifecta. The only thing I can do is skip a few weeks. I can skip a few weeks at a time. So that's what I've been doing because I couldn't find how to cancel. So I went ahead and I skipped a few weeks. Well, what happened? I forgot that it was the fourth week. I didn't skip or cancel. So now I'm getting food I don't want. Then I go back into my account. There's no way to cancel it. So then I chat with the rep and I'm like, I want to cancel. And then there's all the questions about why do you want to cancel? And I'm like, well, I don't want to tell you why. I don't want to tell you that your food wasn't really good. Like it didn't taste very good. I don't want to tell you that because I don't want to be mean. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want to tell you that your packaging is like, you almost have to be a weight trainer to open it. It's so hard to open. And it's a little thing, but it's like, I wanted something that's easy to open.
Sounds like a pretty big thing. If I can't open your food, then I can't eat
open it. I need like big scissors, and it's pain. I didn't want to tell them all that. I just said, hey, we're cooking more at home, which we are. And then it's like, well, do you know we have a la carte options? And there's all this, and it's like, I just want to cancel. Like I'm trying to fit this in, like in between calls and contractors and the dog walk and everything. Anyway, and then my chat session timed out because I had to take a call. I don't know if I'm canceled or not. I don't want to restart the process. But then I just got thinking about like why was it so hard to begin with? Like why couldn't it have been like Territory? Why couldn't I have just canceled when I wanted to cancel? Why did I have to get the third? I shouldn't have to get the third degree. So guess who's getting my business again? Territory is going to get my business again because not only is their food better, their packages are very easy to open, very easy to prepare. I also get much more control over the actual meals that get delivered. I didn't get the same flexibility with Trifecta, but my impression is Trifecta is ahead and like leading the industry. This is the impression I get. Sorry sorry, territory team, if I'm wrong about that. But I think it's a shame because I think territory wins on all counts, and particularly customer service. I just so appreciate that it was so easy to cancel, and that, you know, they were like, if you don't want it anymore, you don't have to get it. It doesn't have to be a hassle.
Good work, territory.
Yeah, good work, territory. I'm going to be ordering your meals again. Look how delicious they look.
They do look delicious.
Yeah.
And the idea that someone cooks them, so good. So good.
And it's like locally like sourced and organic, and they have real chefs. It's not like just, thrown in a bowl by some non-chef person. So anyway, I just appreciate it. And I don't think this is not a unique situation. I've been in similar situations where I've tried to cancel subscription services and I have to jump through hoops to do it. And I think it's a failure in customer service, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't think it breeds customer loyalty. It doesn't foster word of mouth recommendations. I think it's really short-sighted on the companies who decide to make it difficult for you to cancel. That's all.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. We just to throw it out there, for the Indie Pod University, we had somebody that needed to cancel today because they hadn't been taking advantage of all the things that we have to offer. And within 5 minutes, I had the whole email, and it's like, oh, here we canceled the subscription. We'll give you 30 days back when you're ready to come back. 30 days for free to get started, like instead of the standard 14, like all these things, right? And it's just like in 5 minutes she had her answer and it was canceled, and it wasn't a big deal. It didn't have to be
no big deal.
It almost makes me wonder. It's like if those companies are hiring like a consultant or something that's like, hey, you know what we can do? We can help you fix your subscriber problem that with them falling off. Like we'll just put in all these roadblocks and we'll hire a bunch of people that get paid based not based on whether or not they keep people, but ultimately whether or not they're keeping people subscribed to the service, and we'll call that good customer service because we had somebody to talk to you.
Yeah. Marcia makes a good point. So spend less money on bots and spend more money on your product. Am I right? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You are right. I will say that, territory team, if you happen to be tuning in, I did contact your CEO on LinkedIn. Thank you, LinkedIn Premium. So I did contact her because I wanted to know that I was going to be saying something positive about territory. Also, woman CEO, hello, of course. I will say that after I canceled, I made a point. I did not get marketed to. And I will say I wouldn't have been mad if they had marketed to me, and I probably would have re-signed up again sooner if they had. So I don't know. Maybe it ended up in my spam and I haven't seen it. But I almost wish they had marketed to me after the cancellation, because I would have signed up sooner. But that's the only thing. Other than that, I think their website is gorgeous. Their food is delicious. Their business model is sound. And I want to see them kick Trifecta's butt in the meal delivery space, in the healthy meal delivery space.
Can I just say this is probably the nicest Grandma Gears that has ever come out of your mouth?
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
Last week I almost cried. I was so frustrated. I really got worked up. I'm trying to calm myself down a little bit. I felt like I might have scared a few people last week when I had a bit of a meltdown. So I'm trying to approach it more reasonably. I'm growing. It's called personal development, people.
Marcia asked if we have any affiliate links.
No, I'm not smart enough for that, Marcia.
Not yet.
I was going to say, just give her a minute, Marcia. She'll organise that. As soon as we're off the call, I'll be like, okay, Jen.
I know. I hope the CEO was listening. I hope the team was listening. I hope you appreciated that comparison.
Yeah, I hopefully they took notice. Speaking of taking notice, who is getting your lunch money this week?
Oh, that's easy. I'd like to give a little shout out to Snap Social. CEO is Carlin Ankrum, and she has quickly become my go-to social media expert that I like referring to. I've actually hired her. We're going to be working with her to help us run our Facebook, create, implement, and moderate, or yeah, I don't know. It's a thing she's got. It's a Facebook ad thing. So we're investing in the small business grit virtual experiences, and we are going to do paid ads for the first time, believe it or not. And we've enlisted professional help from OSNAP Social to help us run those ads, because honestly, I have no interest in running my own Facebook ads. And Carlin knows what she's doing. She's got an incredibly creative approach to social media, but she's also, very practical when it comes to analytics and monitoring the performance and A/B testing. And she runs like 12 ad sets in each campaign and monitors the performance of each one. I mean, it's incredible, like the way her mind is like a matrix of knowledge.
Love
She's
it.
take that off our hands. I highly recommend it. I didn't know what to expect in terms of cost, but I will say when she was telling me like what she does, Mary Sue and I were on the call with her, and Mary Sue texted me and was like, "This sounds like it's going to be $10,000." And it was because she does so much with these ad campaigns that it's just like magic. And it wasn't $10,000. I will say that. So I will let you call her and figure out how much it is. But I would say it's definitely worth exploring if you have not done paid ads. I don't think, running Facebook Ads Manager is for a novice. It's a beast of, it's a powerful ad platform, but it is something else, and I have no time to figure it out, So, yeah, OSNAP Social, they're incredible.
Love it.
Yeah, great team over there.
Man, I gotta get used to this whole stand. I gotta change my setup. That's all. Well, no, and that is awesome, and I'm glad that you're gonna have somebody else run your social media campaigns to help get a further reach.
And I'm actually going to be investing in Facebook ads in a dollar amount that is over 2 digits. I've never gone over 2 digits. Actually, it's over 3 digits. I'm spending on Facebook ads for the first time. It's a 4-digit ad spend.
Whoa.
Looking forward to hearing all about it.
I'm very excited. And this was a mindset thing, like getting over this.
Yes.
Because old Jen would have been like, DIY Jen, I can do it. I can figure it out. I'll spend $50 on Facebook ads and see what happens. That's bad money mindset, because it's not my expertise. It's not my zone of genius. And you really do have to put you have to be willing to invest in online ads, like more than like $5 or $10 a day. Right. So for real results. So anyway,
good work. Look forward to hearing about that.
I'm so excited. I hope I sell one more ticket.
Yay!
that 4-digit ad spend.
I certainly hope so. Hope so.
Me too.
And it's real quick. Speaking of following up, have you gotten your bed yet?
No.
No, still waiting on that.
My goodness.
My back problems persist.
Yeah, that's
but we do have a tracking number now, which is progress. So I'm hoping next week I'll
Hopefully
be sleeping in zero gravity. Yeah. They can't seem to find the weighted blanket. But we do have a tracking number on the actual adjustable frame.
Carlin's with us. Says thanks for the shout
out. Hey, Carlin.
I was hoping she would make it. I actually did like a good podcast thing, and I emailed the people we were going to mention. So Carlin,
I think we need to do that more often.
I don't know why we don't. It was really effective.
We're very last minute about things.
Good work, Jen.
Yes, good job. Good job, Jen.
Thank you.
Some dings for you.
I tried this week. I really tried.
Well, let's see if we can if I can do any better next week, because apparently it's my week to go next week.
Oh my gosh,
come up with a topic. I know. It's also good to know that I'm not the only one that sweats whether or not they're going to have a topic that's worthy enough of talking about. So,
I know. Yeah. It's a scary thing choosing the topic.
It is. It's very, very scary. We're all very opinionated.
Yes. Well, if you have a topic, if you're watching and playing along at home and or listening and want to submit that topic to us, shoot it over to questions@businessgeeks podcast.com. We are changing our Australian time because apparently you all hit your daylight savings time. Well,
It's
not
so
all.
exciting.
Actually, I can't say all
No.
because apparently half your country doesn't, or some
Mhm.
percentage.
Uh-huh.
But it's 8 a.m. It's Tuesday, 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, it's still going to be Mondays 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, at least for the next couple of weeks until we. It'll be Eastern Standard Time at that point. We'll still be at 5 o'clock on the Easterns. Let's see. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Business Geeks podcast, please share it with the Business Geek in your life. We'll see you all next week. Thanks again for watching and listening.